everybody, welcome to PBM's Video Entertainment, and welcome back to another episode of Thomas & Friends DVD Reviews. In this video, we're going to be talking about another Thomas & Friends movie, and that movie is King of the Railway. So, without further ado, let's jump into the history of King of the Railway. So, King of the Railway was originally released back in September 17th of 2013 by Hit Entertainment and Lionsgate, and it was released on DVD and Blu-ray. And this title was also released over in Canada as well. And then somewhere around 2014, it was re-released by Universal Studios, both the DVD copy and the Blu-ray copy. And now we got the history part out of the way, let's jump into my copies of King of the Railway. Alright, we will now jump into my copies of King of the Railway. So, we're going to start with the DVD copy. So, on the front, we have Thomas and Stephen. And yeah, this is a used DVD copy, as you can tell by the stickers, and this part right here used to have a sticker, but it still has some like sticker smudge or whatever you call it. Yeah, Oliver Stephen. Yeah, but like I said, this is used, and I believe I got this probably at a movie train company. Yeah, but it still has a really nice embossed slipcover. Well, Thomas and Stephen, they're embossed. I think the castle's embossed. And title cards embossed, logos embossed, this is not embossed. Yeah. So yeah, pretty nice front post art, not too bad. Spine, Hit Entertainment, and scrolling down here, Kirk Bafov Thomas. Same promo shot of Thomas, just like with the front post art. Lionsgate. Same thing on the spine. And the back, it's the royal event of the year. And blurb if you want to pause and read that. And then meet new friends, Stephen, Millie, Connor, and Caitlin. And here we have Thomas, Stephen, Millie, and the Earl of Sodor. And you can see Ulstead Castle. And bonus features. And here we have the languages, link to the Thomas website, and of course here we have the copyright information at the bottom. And here's what it looks like without the slipcover. It's just basically most likely the same thing. Yeah. And here's the disc, the DVD disc, squished version of the front post art. And here's a code. Yeah, this I believe is basically your digital movie code, but it's already expired, so yeah. And let me put this back in the case. And last but not least, here we have the Blu-ray copy. This is the Lionsgate one. Yeah, I do not have the Universal Blu-ray reprint yet, nor do I have the DVD Universal reprint. So basically the front post art's basically the same, except they made it like Blu-ray case size, you know. And there's the spine, basically same thing. Yeah, basically the case, it's kind of the same, well, except for this part, because on the bonus features, it's like at the, basically behind the buffers, if you know what I mean. First with like this one, it's like at the bottom of the buffers. Yeah. So it's kind of the same thing, except basically the case and everything about it, they made a Blu-ray size, while this one is just like, they made a DVD case size. Yeah. And just a reminder, the Blu-ray, just like with all the Thomas Blu-rays in the United States and Canada, they are Region A. And of course the DVDs are Region 1. And yeah. And here we have the two discs. Here's the DVD once again, and here we have the Blu-ray. I'm glad the Blu-ray disc, they made it different from the DVD copy, because for the rest of the Thomas, for the Thomas movies, like, that have been released on Blu-ray, like, most of them, for Blu-ray and DVD, they have the same exact disc artwork. Well, except for King of the Railway, oh, and also Thomas and Magic Railroad, like, for the Blu-ray compact, they have different disc artwork, one for Blu-ray and then the other for the DVD. Now the Blu-ray, of course, is basically a squished up version of the back poster art. Yeah. And now we're gonna jump into the menu tour for the DVD copy of King of the Railway. Then after that, we'll do the Blu-ray. All right, we have now jumped into the menu tour for King of the Railway. This is the DVD copy, just to let you know. So here we have play, scenes, setup, and extras. Let's go to scene selection, like we always do. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 scenes to choose from. Setup. So here we have English 5.1 Dolby Digital and English Stereo, and Spanish and French Stereo, and that is it. Extra features. Here we have the Search for the Lost Crown game, and then here we have 3 music videos. It's Gonna Be a Great Day, Searching Everywhere, Working Together, the King of the Railway version, not the Blue Mountain Mystery version, and then Guess Who puzzles, and then trailers from Hit Entertainment. And that's it for the menu tour for the DVD copy. Now we're gonna jump into the menu tour for the Blu-ray copy. Alright, we have now jumped into the menu tour for the Blu-ray copy of King of the Railway. And as you can tell, the quality is, of course, way better than DVD. So anyways, here we have play, scenes, setup, and extras. For scenes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And setup, here we have English DTS HD Master Audio 5.1, English Stereo, same thing for French and Spanish, and subtitles, you could switch them on or off. And extra features, same features, just like with the DVD copy. So basically nothing too different, except of course the Blu-ray, well, basically what I'm trying to say is the Blu-ray quality is, of course, way better than DVD quality. Anyways, that's it for the menu tour for the Blu-ray copy. Now we're going to jump into my review and thoughts on King of the Railway. So overall, do I recommend King of the Railway? Well, let's talk about the story plot first. So what is this story basically about? Well, in this story, it's basically about, let's see, well, Thomas, James, and Percy, they are helping to restore Ulfstead Castle to the public, and so, yeah. Basically, Thomas, James, and Percy, they're helping the Earl of Sodor, Sir Topham Hatt's old friend, to help restore Ulfstead Castle and all that. Yeah. And so along the way, Thomas and his friends meet some new friends, such as Stephen and Millie, the narrow gauge engine, and then Connor and Caitlin, the streamlined engines. And yeah, so as for Stephen, he is wondering like what his new job is and stuff like that. And the Earl of Sodor told Thomas not to tell Stephen his new job yet, but then Thomas noticed Stephen looks upset and stuff like that, and so Thomas tells Stephen that the Earl has a job for him, even though Stephen didn't know what his new job was. So Stephen left the steamworks to find his new job. He tried the docks, he tried the Blue Mountain Quarry, then he tried the old mine, and then suddenly Stephen saw some runaway freight cars basically racing down the hill, and so Stephen hid in the. So Stephen went through the mine, and then he got stuck, and then Thomas, James, and Percy, they realized that Stephen had gone missing, and so it's basically up to them to find Stephen, so that way they could be ready for the grand opening of reopening Ulfstead Castle to the public. And then, of course, at the end, Thomas found Stephen, and yeah, in Ulfstead Castle, the grand opening was a great success. And then at the end, we see Connor and Caitlin versus Gordon and Spencer in a race. So yeah. So what do I think about the story? I thought the story was pretty good in my personal opinion. Yeah. And of course, the new characters, I thought they were pretty good. Definitely had some great charm in there. And I especially love the Earl of Sodor. He is definitely one of the great human characters in the show. And there is one character that made a return in the show, and that is none other than Jack the Front Loader. Yep. Now, when I first saw Jack in his like CGI, fully CGI animation model, yeah, I realized that he has like a square face instead of like a round face, just like in the model era. Yeah, But in the CGI series, for some reason, they wanted to give Jack like a basically like a square face instead of like a round face. I mean, I know that's a little odd, but if Hit Entertainment wants to change that, they can. I mean, but overall, I thought the CGI model looks pretty good in my personal opinion. Yeah, and it's nice to see Jack like returning to the Thomas franchise and stuff like that. So, yeah, pretty great job. And of course, I mean, I gotta say, like, for the Brenner era, there's been some like promise going on. Like, we got to see some great Thomas movies in the CGI Brenner era, and we got to see some characters that we know and love, like coming back. Like, we got to see Jack the Front Loader, we got to see Duck, Donald and Douglas, Duncan, and a couple of other characters. Oh yeah, and Oliver and Toad. Yeah. Which, of course, I'll explain more on that once I review episodic releases from season 17, 18, and so on. Yeah. So, and what do I think about the animation? The animation, it's good. Not bad. It's good. Anyways, so overall, do I recommend this movie? The answer to that is yes, sure, why not? I'll give it a recommend. It's definitely a great film. It feels like this film doesn't get a lot of talk about this. Like, it feels like this movie doesn't get a lot of attention, in my personal opinion. So basically, if you're a Thomas fan and if you love the Brenner era just like I do, feel free to pick up this one, and of course, definitely get the Blu-ray quality if you want, of course, 1080p and stuff like that. Well, of course, for me, I love to watch movies in like pretty great quality, like not low quality, like 720 quality and stuff like that. Yeah, I love 1080p and 4K and stuff like that when it comes to watching movies and stuff like that. Anyways, that about wraps up this video, and the next episode will be on Santa's Little Engine, so please stay tuned. See y'all next time. Bye.